What's going on, everybody? Guava, Left Farmer 73 here. It's good to see everybody in here. Today, I wanted to touch on reality, and it's just because me. Let me start over. Me and my wife was having a conversation today. My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? If you ain't first, you're last. Q Dub, second floor guards in the house. My own beautiful DP, living the dream. Will Burnett, what's going on, everybody? Sabrina's Suburban Garden, Mac 1962, Lux Throws, how you doing? Tamika, Brandy, Callie, Old McMoney, Laura's Garden, and more. Off Grid, TLC in the Garden, how you doing? Nana, Grow It, Eat It, Garden and Life, how you doing? Kim Job, Kalea, how you doing? Let me see. Sharon, how you doing? Growing with Hudson, what's going on, my sister? Let me see. Thank you for that. If y'all, matter of fact, if you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me clear, give me 3 thumbs up. Throw them bowls. If you pretty please. If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me clear, please give me 3 thumbs up. Please throw them bowls. I greatly appreciate all of this confirmation. I'm in the house right now because it's over 100 degrees outside, and I still got a lot of work to do. I got to go to Freedom Acres as usual and do some work. I'm not ready for that long drive, but I got to do it. Donna, how you doing? Laura's Garden, Kimberly Calhoun, how you doing? All right, it's good to see y'all in here today, and I wanted to touch on something. And again, I don't want to be long. I know, laugh it up, but I don't want to be long because I do got to get on the road, and I'm not feeling it. Hey, Rucker Homestead, what's going on? But I know by the time I get to Freedom Acres, it's probably gonna be dark, and I ain't gonna want to do this video then. I want to kind of get this out the way while it's fresh on my mind. All right, thank you everybody for the confirmation. Let's get this going. Thank you for everybody for coming in. Thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you everybody for supporting me. Thank you everybody over all the years. Thanks for the support. So I'm gonna go on in. I even took down some notes because me and my wife was talking this morning about how disconnected from reality that we all are in. Well, I struck up the subject because of a video that I saw earlier about something that I saw online. We're totally disconnected from reality. And the reason why I went all the way in on the subject and I couldn't stop talking about it to the point I said, I got to do a video on this, is because I got so many negative comments, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I've been on YouTube a long time. I've been on YouTube longer than most, not longer than all, but I've been on YouTube longer than most. And I've seen it, I've seen just about everything. And one thing I did years ago, was I used to show butchering my chickens years ago. I used to butcher my chickens, and I caught hell for that. I caught hell for it, and this was probably, I don't know, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And when I tell you they came for me with pitchforks and torches. And I said, I will never show me butcher my livestock again, because I was showing from the beginning to the end. Back in them days, I just removed all the videos. I didn't even know, like, you could just make them private or something. I just removed all of them and erased them. And they somewhere on some VHS tapes around here somewhere. But when I got the feedback from the videos for the me processing my pigs, I knew I was gonna catch some backlash, right? And I understand that. I get that. It wasn't the hate that I got. It was something else. See, years ago, I got hate. I got hate from the PETA people, the people that just love animals so much. I understood them to a certain point, but that ain't what I seen this time. This time, I didn't see people didn't want to see animals being processed because they just love animals in such an unrealistic manner that it made no sense. That ain't what I saw. What I saw was in the comments, and listen, it was more weirdo comments than any other comments. What I saw in the comments was sheer, pure, uncut ignorance. Just ignorance. Like, you know what? I can take if you don't agree with me. I can take if we disagree. I can take if you take the high road, I take the low road. I can handle that. I have no problem with that. My problem and what sets me off is the ignorance, the pure, unadulterated ignorance that I see in this world today. Number one, I'm not going to go here, but politics, plain and simple. Plain and simple. Politics. You have to be a living, breathing freaking moron to believe anything that Donald Trump has done, has said. If you cannot discern from the truth from a lie, fact versus fiction, black versus white, if you don't know the difference between them, you're an idiot. It's simple. This president has not even tried one day that he has been in the spotlight. He has not even tried to fool you hard. He just say dumb stuff and he say, you should believe me. That's it. So to me, it would take a freaking moron to believe this. But what did that do? It let me see that it's a lot of Americans that simply so ignorant or so uneducated. And I'm not saying educated in the sense of you needed a college degree or you needed to make it all the way to the 12th grade in high school. I'm talking about you have zero common sense, because this isn't about the education that's given to you by man. This is the education that's given to you by life. If you don't know how to, if you look at this snake with fangs in his mouth and it's coiled up like this and you don't know what it's about to do if you get too close, you may deserve to get bit. Period. People have become this stupid. Idiocracy. What I wanted to talk about is the whole disconnect from reality that we are in right now. That to me is looking like it's irreversible. We are disconnected to everything that we're supposed to be doing. I've talked to several people. Well, I didn't talk to them. They told me about their religious beliefs on eating pork. People are so disconnected from the truth of everything, even religion, that I just don't want to have nothing to do with people like that. Like, if you're part of these religions, stay away from me. If you're not a spiritual understanding being, stay away from me. I don't belong to any religion. I don't belong to any cult. I don't belong to any political side, Republican or Democrat. I don't belong to none of that. I belong to truth and justice and honor. I don't belong to your cult. It's people even in like the Christian faith. Everybody that's worshiping that man's pissy draws say they're a Christian. You think I want to be part of that? I'm not part of that. And whatever God that you drop to your knees and pray to, I don't worship your God. Whatever God is telling you is okay for all of this stuff to be happening here in America and across the world, and you think that's okay, as long as you're okay inside your household, stay away from me. I don't believe in that. I'm not part of that. So don't dub or label me none of the above. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Baptist. I'm not a Buddhist. Just stay away from me with that, because that turns cultish real quick. People are disconnected, and they're it's easy for them to follow instead of sitting for 1 second and trying to figure out, yeah, that don't sound right. That ain't right. And people are so disconnected from reality that they don't even challenge truth or a lie. They don't even challenge it. They just say something that they heard, that they heard, that they heard, they heard. They don't even challenge what they're hearing anymore. As long as they heard it from a person that they like, they believe it. That's all to it. Now let's get down to this. This whole video, and I had to start it out with this because it needed to be started this way, because the whole thing of this is about being disconnected from reality. People are disconnected from food altogether. You know, people, it wasn't the pork. It wasn't the pig that got a lot of them. It was just the how gross that is, or how sick that is, or how demonic that is. But the same people, I can almost guarantee, number one, you saying that on my video, you just broke how many rules of the Bible? Just by stating any of that when you're supposed to be minding your own business. So who's the biggest sinner? What did they say? Sin is a sin. You out of line, you out of order, you out of line, and you out of order. There is no bigger or lesser sin, is it? Am I wrong? A sin is a sin. That's what it say. A sin is a sin. A person that steals a Snicker bar is about as bad as a person that done murdered somebody. A sin is a sin. Now, for you doing the stuff you're doing is no different than what I'm doing. So it's best to, hey, mind your business. If you don't agree, mind your business. It's not your place to address. I don't even know you. Now, I'm not going to give nobody no Bible lessons because I'm not versed. But if you don't know me or know anything of me in person, we have never broken bread, you should stay silent, right? The only people that can address something that I'm doing right or wrong is people in my circle. I'm nobody, but I'm just trying to, okay? When they see me butcher, when they see me process livestock, a pig, a chicken, I want you to ask yourself, how is that any different than processing honey from a beehive? Right? Right. Thank you for that. Nartactic says, you stealing pens and toilet paper from your job, but you judging on what I eat and how I'm eating it and the word of the Bible. Exactly. You trying to cheat on your taxes that you pay, or you trying to get a lower cost from somebody, or you trying to bribe or swindle somebody to get a lower cost on whatever bill you owe them and try to swindle out and not pay the whole cost. But you quick to judge some, man. I stay away from people like that. I do. So here's the thing. Say, well, bees aren't slaughtered to collect honey. And Donivores, that's why I'm glad you spoke up, because you speak 100% pure ignorance. You never harvested honey a day in your life, because you're trying to tell me Bees aren't slaughtered to harvest honey. Is that what you're saying? I'm giving you the floor. That means you have never stood around, you have never even seen honey be harvested, not a single day in your ignorant life. And you should stay silent. If you never done it before, be quiet. Right now, you are breaking some rules, right? No, you have not. You have not, or you would know that's a lie. So stay silent. Okay? There is not one beekeeper on the planet that can harvest honey without killing at least one or two bees. It's impossible. It's literally freaking possible. So stay silent. One life ain't no different than two. No life. If you killed one bee, you may have killed the whole hive. It don't matter. You took a life. Stay silent. Did you know taking a life, you taking a life of lettuce? Did you know that? You taking that lettuce is alive. Broccoli is alive. So I'm not even gonna get into that. Like I said, I'm glad you spoke up because you're proving my point of how ignorant people are and how we go through life being okay with being this stupid. We're going through life, and people all around us is going through life this simply utterly ignorant, and it's okay with them. They're happy not knowing anything about anything. They don't care to know because you know why most people don't care to know? Because once you know, then you're held accountable. Once you know the truth, then you're held accountable. I just gave you truth about bees, and now if you eat honey, you can count yourself no different than I. Right? Let's talk about chickens. Chicken is in everything. You don't have to eat pork, whether it's your spiritual or religious belief. It doesn't matter. If pork is against your religion or whatever, chicken ain't. Some people say vegan. Are you a vegan? You a vegetarian? You have no idea what's in your food that you eat. You have zero idea unless you in your backyard growing it yourself every single day and eating from only that every single day. And I can take it another step further. You don't know what was in the seeds that you planted in the ground because you didn't even harvest them yourself. You have not been gardening for 10 years enough to you don't know what's in the seeds and how long it took for them to keep on harvesting those seeds until you actually get most of the poison out that was given to you in the first place from the factory. People in the ignorance, man, it drives me insane. You know, when I don't know something, I just shut the hell up and just watch and then stop, Google, learn. People like to talk, and when they don't know a damn thing about anything, everybody wants to sound smart, and you don't realize how much dumber you sound the smarter you try to be. It drives me crazy. So I want to get into this because I wanted to start out with the heat, and now let's simmer it down a little bit because I knew the ignorant people was going to come out. I knew that. I didn't know it was going to happen this early in the video, but I knew it was going to come because ignorant people can't control themselves. Dumbass ignorant folks can't control themselves. Uh um they can't control themselves. They need to be heard. So I'm gonna say this. The disconnect from food, knowing where your food comes from. Nobody anymore knows where their food comes from. Nobody. They think you go to the store, you pull out your card, and food happens. You go through the drive-through, You pull out your plastic card or your paper money, you hand it over, and food comes out. They don't know what this is. You don't know what this is. And I'm going to take this a couple steps further when we're done. But when you actually see somebody processing and preparing food, you hear several things. One of them is, couldn't be me. Ain't no way in hell I could go through all that just to get this, that, and other thing. I hear it about gardening. It's not just about harvesting livestock. Y'all out there in that piping hot heat, rain, bugs, couldn't be me. Right? That right there alone is insane. You would rather go buy it from the store and trust in mankind and his manipulation of the food that you're eating, or or the things that you're consuming, other than to put in some hard work and trust your own works. You refuse to trust your own works because you're too lazy. Growing your own garden, I don't care who's growing a garden right now. I don't care if you got a bunch of container gardens, you got a little balcony garden. I don't care if you got a little backyard garden. It takes work, and you have to be diligent or it will fail. So my hats off and salute to all gardeners. My hats and salute to all farmers, all homesteaders, because I promise you, it takes work. Every gardener you see on YouTube, whether they win or they fail, that's not a lazy person. Because I know what it takes to get out there every single day, sometimes 2 and 3 times a day, to keep that thing watered, to keep it fed, to keep the pest out of it, to check on it every day to make sure deer ain't eating it, or trying to protect it from pests and rodents, and trying to protect it from deer and other monsters in your garden. It takes a soldier. It takes a warrior to protect that garden, period. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, or a child. You are a garden warrior. When you go out there, you are prepared with tools, just like a soldier, right? You're prepared with weapons, just like a soldier. And you are fighting the enemy that's trying to take something that belongs to you. That is what soldiers do, right? You're a warrior. But it's people out there that think, couldn't be me. That's insane. I don't know how y'all do it, but can I get some of them greens? Can I get some of that broccoli? Can I get some of that lettuce? Can I get some of them carrots? And you looking like, no. And they think you mean for that. They think you're mean because you don't want to, you're not just handing over lettuce to people. You're not just handing over cabbage to people. You're not just handing over broccoli to people when they ask. You're handing over part of you. You're handing over your blood, sweat, and tears, literally, when you just give somebody these fruits and vegetables and things that you've worked so hard to protect for over a year. And that's the part that makes it hard to give away your works. It makes it hard because it's almost like you're giving away your connection. See, and somebody said, yeah, but I share. Sabrina, this ain't about sharing. This ain't like I love this so much I want to give you some. I'm talking about the beggars. I'm talking about the beggars that will refuse hand over fist to never step a foot in a garden or never ever put forth that kind of effort or work. Don't ever ask me for anything, because if you will never put forth the effort at all, you would never even come over to help me water the garden. You would never even so much as step foot in the garden. Be like, oh, you in the garden? I'll come over to your house later when you're done. We have nothing to talk about. Don't ever ask me for anything. You know, hell, if you be honest with you, if you stood here while I'm pulling weeds or something while I'm in my garden, and you just holding conversation with me, keeping me company, I would give you more respect than a person say, "Oh no, that can't be me. I'll come over when you done." That stay away from me. Don't come over. I will never give you anything. Damn, you don't even want to keep a brother company while I'm pulling weeds. You know what I'm saying? You could at least be on the doggone Pandora changing the music stations or something, right? But they won't even do that. So let's get into it. I got a question for y'all. People are happy being ignorant, eating food in the store that's not food. They're perfectly okay with purchasing food out of the store that's not even food. I want to hit you with this. If they took this little crunchy circle and made it taste like apples and cinnamon, there is no apples and cinnamon in this cereal. There is no apples, nor is there cinnamon in this cereal. But you're okay feeding it to your children and yourself. You will purchase a bag of Dorito chips that says nacho cheese. You have no problem eating tortilla chips, nacho cheese flavored. That is not cheese. Stick with me. You will purchase a bag of potato chips to say Philly beef steak sandwich, Philly steak and cheese chips. You will purchase that. There is no steak or cheese in those chips, but you'll purchase it and you'll enjoy it. And you'll be like, that tastes just like Philly steak, or that tastes just like nacho cheese. Okay? I want to run this past you. If I call it food programming, because that's what me and my wife was talking about today, food programming. I know it's a play on words, but again, I don't like playing with words, so I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If I'm a scientist and I can program this crunchy cereal circle to taste like cherries, apples and cinnamon, butter pecan, if I can trick you in cinnamon toast, if I can trick your taste buds and I can program this piece of chemical crunch to taste like your favorite food, am I programming the food? Just like you would program a computer to do a certain action. Aren't you programming food? I'm asking a question. You're programming food. Right. I like that too. Narctastic is people, they put in styrofoam and stuff now. Foam, right? Foam rubber in bread and stuff. I can program this styrofoam to taste just like a fresh baked roll of bread. Am I wrong, or am I lying? Am I making stuff up? So, if I can program every single thing in this grocery store to taste like whatever you want it to taste like, it can be shaped like anything. It doesn't matter. I can make it taste. You can make this Cheerio taste like cherries. You can make a Pop-Tart taste like cherries. You can even make these Dorito chips taste like cherries. It don't matter what the texture is. You can make everything in this store taste like a cherry. And 9 times out of 10, you can probably make the box that it came in taste like a cherry. If it was fully legal, I think they would have us eating the actual box. Make the box cherry flavored, just like the Pop-Tarts inside. So when they done with the Pop-Tarts, they can eat the wrapper and eat the box. Less waste. My question, because I don't want to go too far off. If they can program your food to taste like whatever they feel like making it taste like, what else can they program their food to do? They can manipulate it to tell you it's good for you. Right? They can manipulate the worst thing in the world and make it taste delicious. What else can they manipulate that food or program that food to do to you? They program the food to give you energy. They program the food to make you sad. They program the food to make you so you can't stop eating it. They can program the food to make you don't even want any more food. They're programming the food. I wanted to make sure you understood that because that's the point. If they can program the food into making and dealing with your emotions, see where I'm going? If they can program the food to make you happy, make you sad, make you hungry, make you thirsty, not make you hungry, not make you thirsty, you'll end up losing weight. If they can keep programming the food to make you do this, what else can they program the food to make us do? Never in my whole lifetime have I ever seen or heard so much madness ever. Just horrible madness. I see people doing things that sounds like it's from a horror movie. We killing each other, shooting each other, murdering each other, and sexually abusing one another, and nobody has any motive for why they're doing it. We're going along and believing lunatic dictators, and nobody has any reason why they're following along with this kind of stuff. When you ask them, so what do you like about him? He's just a good guy. I know, but what is he doing for you? He's just being a good stand-up guy. What is that? What's the definition of a good stand-up guy? You people that's following into this lunacy don't even have a real factual reason why they follow. And me and my wife was talking today, I think it's the programming of the food. Everybody was worried about the Band-Aid that we took back in 2020. That ain't what I kept telling people back then, they didn't want to listen to me. Y'all worried about getting poked in the arm. They're not going to spend money to give you some kind of disease. They're not going to spend money to make you sick. They're not going to spend money to make you obey. They're going to make you spend your money. If y'all haven't seen already how the government work, they're not trying to spend money to help you do nothing. They're not even trying to spend money so you destroy yourself. They're not trying to spend money to make you obey them. They're so slick with it, they're going to make you spend your money to take whatever serum they feel like you taking. You go spend your money so you can be hypnotized. How do you do that, Led? Oh, you go through the drive-thru anywhere. I don't believe in the government and I ain't getting poked in the arm, but you'll go eat a Big Mac. I don't believe in the government and I ain't trying to get that poke in my arm. I know, but you'll go eat a Whopper with cheese. You go through the drive-thru and eat all this trash that ain't even food. Listen, this is the part that gets me. Stick with me. We're more worried about, think about this, conspiracy theorists, beware. We're more worried about the nonsensical bullshit of them spraying our skies to, I don't know, control us, control the weather, whatever you feel, right? They're all talking about they spraying the skies. What do they call that I don't even be remembering. What is it called when they say they spraying the skies? What is they saying? What do they call it when they say they spraying the skies? Chemtrails. The chemtrails are supposed to come down and land on us and melt our brains and control us, whatever. We're more worried about some nonsensical shit that we cannot prove over something we can prove. If they were wanting to control you, if they, no, seeding and them chemtrails are two different things. There, I ain't talking about the seeding and the weather part. I'm talking about the crap where they talk about the chemtrails come down, control your brains and make your teeth crooked and stuff. I'm talking about that crazy, okay? Why would they spend billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars to spray the skies? Think they're spending money. It's not free. Why would they spend billions of dollars to spray the skies and hope that the chemicals get on you? How? Why? When they can make you pay to destroy your own brain, make you pay to destroy your own body, make you pay to become addicted to their leadership. How? Drive through. Go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of chemicals that controls your body. It controls your hunger. It controls your anger. It controls your mood. Did you hear me? They'll make you pay to destroy yourself. We are disconnected from the food that we eat. That's why everybody is so appalled when they watch a video where somebody is harvesting their livestock or seeing somebody in their garden in the heat with a big hat on trying to get these peaches and pears. Because they have no idea what it takes to do this. They will make you destroy yourself instead. Now, I'm going to get a little bit medical if I got any medical professionals in the house tonight. Just a little medical. When I was a nurse, I did know one thing. I wasn't the best nurse, sure wasn't the worst. But I do know one thing. You can't mix one drug with another drug. There are certain medications that you cannot mix without killing somebody. Not making them sick, literally killing them slowly, either fast or slowly. Am I wrong or am I right? It's a lot of y'all that ain't medical professionals, but you're on some kind of medication that you know that the doctor tell you, you take this on Tuesday and you take this one on Wednesday. You never take them on the same day. You give them 24 hours between one another before taking it. And if you forget to take it, just start over. Am I wrong? Am I right? There are certain medications and there are certain drugs that won't kill you if they're mixed, but they have an adverse reaction. Come on, tell me I'm lying when I ain't. If you take certain medications, they won't kill you, and sometimes they won't even make you sick, but they will have an adverse condition that either make you drunk, kind of make you lose your mind like you on some kind of hopped up drugs from the street, make you not act the same, you're not yourself anymore, the family is wondering what's wrong, and all it was hallucinations. And all it was you took two medications that you didn't know that bumped heads when they're not supposed to be mixed. If you take this chemical compound and this chemical compound, they're just like taking methamphetamines, right? Separately, they help you. Together, they hurt you and make everything else in your whole body chemical makeup do something loopy. So here's my question to you. Why on God's green earth, stick with me from the beginning of this video, if we are eating chemicals are drugs. If we are eating chemicals, drugs, that's disguised as food, you do not think that if you mix these Dorito chips with these lifesavers together, you don't think you will have some sort of adverse situation going on? You don't know how this is going to affect you physically, spiritually, mentally? Some of these people was having these breakdowns and weird reactions to stuff that the doctor has no idea what it is. It's not disease. It's nothing like that. But they're looking over is they don't know that you had a double cheeseburger with pickles from this restaurant for breakfast or lunch, and for dinner you had a chili dog with onions from this restaurant. Saying none of this burger meat from this company is even meat. It's chemicals disguised as meat. And nothing from this hot dog place is not a hot dog. It's a tube full of chemicals with chemical chili on top of it, disguised as a chili dog. The bread is foam that's disguised with other chemicals to make you think it's bread. And you mix all of that together within a 4-hour period, one at lunch, one at dinner. Next thing you know, you running down the street buck naked with a big ass dinner plate, cowboy belt buckle on, screaming the British are coming. You know? And they call the police on you. The police make your chest whistle. And they like, he never acted like this. We don't know. He's never been on drugs. And when the toxicology report come back, they say, we didn't find no signs of drugs or nothing. We don't know what was wrong, right? He just was acting out. We think he had a mental breakdown, a mental snap. But he's a millionaire. He had a wonderful life and a wonderful wife, wonderful children. He was under no stress. He was debt free. No, it's probably what he ate. The toxicology report will never come back stating he was on some sort of methamphetamine or some kind of opioid, because they don't see the mixture of the compounds of the double cheeseburger and the chili dog with the cheese fries. They don't see it. It did the same thing that some street drug would do, but they're not going to go looking for cheese. Fake cheese. To me, it's no different than if you go take a pee test. How many people ever went to go get a job and took a pee test and failed, and you know good and well you don't smoke, you don't drink? I've done that. But one thing I do like, and I remember, I wish my wife was here right now, because I would tell her to tell y'all. This was years ago. We had been together. My son was a baby. So I'm going to say this was over 30 years ago. Listen to this. Thank you, Will Burnett. Poppy seed. I used to always get that dog on RB beef and cheddar with them poppy seed buns. And I went to take a drug test, and I'm going to even tell you the place I went to go get hired. It was Goodyear Tire on the outskirts of Toledo, Ohio. I failed a drug test, and I never knew why. And the only thing I could think was, it must have been the poppy seeds. And I didn't think of that. It must have been the poppy seeds on the damn buns from Arby's I get with the beef and cheddar. And the only reason I thought of that is because years down the line, I saw something on one kind of, I don't know, TV show or something, and they said poppy seeds is an opioid. If you eat too many of them, it's going to come back in your urine as you've been taking opium. Think about it. So if you can eat enough poppy seeds to trick scientists and machinery and microscopes into thinking that you're some kind of sick drug addict, why on God's green earth won't they feel the same way if you accidentally mix up the wrong 2 chemical food items? They have the same adverse conditions on your body. The reason why I'm talking about all of this is because of the disconnect from food that we are in and the ignorance that surrounds it. We're ignorant. We don't even want to know what goes in our mouth. We don't want to know. If somebody actually told you what it was, you won't eat. You probably won't eat it. If you actually seen it being made, you probably won't eat it. Because once somebody tell you, for instance, does everybody know, have you ever seen a beaver? An actual real live beaver? I got them all in my yard here. Do you know why they catch beavers? They keep the beavers for their glands. Does anybody know this? They take the butthole off of a beaver, because that's where them glands is. And they squeeze all that gland juice out into everything you eat. Did you know that? Beaver butt. Lipstick, makeup, candy, food, everything you eat got beaver butt in it. Go research it. I'm not making it up. And thank you, Ultra. They say natural flavors. They ain't lying. It's natural. And it's giving you some flavor. Vanilla. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you. People don't even know. But they don't want to know. If you go look at, y'all do this research for me. Just entertain yourself. Not to prove me right or wrong. Go entertain yourself or get some knowledge. Go Google and look at videos of how many things in your household right now that part of the ingredient is beaver butt. I could go on with all kind of animals like this, but the beavers is personal to me because they live right here in my backyard. Beaver butt juice. People love honey and they don't realize honey is just regurgitated nectar. Honey is one of the purest things on the earth, and they don't even realize it's just regurgitated flower nectar. But if I told you it's bee puke, you would take it wrong and never eat honey again. Some of these enzymes and things that they get out of these animals and parts of their organs, their liver, from their pancreas, you wouldn't even ever want to eat half of the stuff in the store anymore if you knew what made this box of cereal taste like apple and cinnamon. You would never want to know. And that's why I'm doing this video today. I'm doing this video and I'm trying to look at these notes, make sure I covered everything. I think I have. So I'm going to retouch on something. If they can program your food to taste like whatever flavor they want it to be, if they can program your food to make it taste like whatever they want it to taste like, and they can program this food to give you energy, they can program this food. When I say food, I really mean chemicals. I'm using that word loosely so you understand where I'm coming from. If they can program these chemical foods to make you have energy drinks, if they can program this chemical food to make you feel good, if they can program this chemical food to make you feel full so you don't eat as much, if they can program this chemical food to make you crave and want more, because there's certain foods out there you can't eat enough of it. You will eat until you puke, and after you puke, you want some more. They can program this. If you go to McDonald's, and don't lie to me, you're lying to yourself and God, okay? I'm even going to be the first one to say it. How many times have you been to McDonald's, ordered a bunch of garbage, knowing good and well you shouldn't be eating it, but you ordered a bunch of trash till your belly was full and your eyes smelt like fries? You crying French fry grease. Give it. Right now, you can't even breathe. You trying to drive, and your one hand in the bag, and the other hand on the steering wheel, and one eye closed, praying to Jesus like, just get me home on the toilet. Give it 1 hour. 1 hour. You like, that sandwich sure was good. I could go for another one of them. But you don't realize you ate 2 quarter pounders. You ate 2 small fries. You ate a large Coke. You ate 2 apple pies just an hour ago. You ain't even doo-doo yet. Where did this food go? There shouldn't be no more room inside your body for another meal for the next 3 to 4 days. You ate all of that and give it 1 hour. And you back in that same drive-through, and your embarrassed ass ain't gonna go to that same McDonald's because that little girl ain't even left her shift yet. If she see you, she be like, oh, you back? Oh, my mama wants something. Same as earlier, double quarter pounder, 2 apple pies, 2 large Cokes. Yeah. You embarrassed. You think she could be like, girl, he back in this drive-through again eating all this. So you go to another McDonald's. You go to the one around the corner because it's a McDonald's. It's more McDonald's than it is churches. And I don't mean chicken. I'm talking about religious churches. It's more McDonald's on every corner than there is a spiritual church. It's like church, McDonald, church, McDonald, church. They make sure the reason why they're able to do that, because they know by the time you you started out on Main Street and First, by the time you get to the end of Main Street and 25th, it's another McDonald's sitting right there 25 blocks up, and you hungry again. You done been through about 20 red lights and everything. Every time you stop at a light, you poo. You say, you hit the brake. Ooh, that gave me a little space. Oh, here, red light. Whew. I done messed around and got hungry. You only 10 blocks up. But every time you pass gas, I think I'd go for some more of them fries. This time I better get a large because I went through that one too quick. They got this set up because they know good and well. They know they got a McDonald's at the beginning of Main Street and First. They know this is the main drive-through to get from inner city to outer city. They know by the time you leave the subdivision, you hungry again. Put another McDonald's right there. Put one in the middle on 10th Main and 10th Street because they might have forgot and missed their turn at Main Street and First. By Main Street and 10th Street, they got another chance to get some more garbage. By the time they end up, man, and you don't even realize this food didn't do nothing for you. The only thing this food did for you is make you spend your money. There was zero nutritional value in anything you consumed. If there is no nutritional value in the food you consuming, what is that telling you? It's not food. It's like eating a plastic box, right? So my point is this. If they can program the food to control your emotions, because that's what they're doing. They make you happy. They make you sad. The food that you're eating actually controlling your emotions. We don't even think about that. They control how much you eat. They control whether you're going to feel like eating again. They can control the food and program the chemical food to make and change your mental capacity, make you think different about everything. So get this. What else can they program the food to do to you? They can program the food to make you angry because they're controlling your emotions. They can program the food to make you sad. They can program the food to make you want more. They can program the food to make you violent. They can program the food to make you cower. And we're not even thinking about it. It's nothing. If I said I'm a scientist and I'm mixing these chemicals in these little glass vials with these fancy little glass goggles on, and I say this is my new potion that controls your sexual orientation. I didn't even get there. They programmed the food and the chemicals to control your sexual performance, right? So if you see me mixing these vials together and I tell you this can control your sexual performance, make things better, make things longer, make things stronger, if I can do that, you'll be like, oh, heck yeah. You know? Why is it so hard to believe the same medicine that I'm mixing up like this, but it's shaped like a bag of Doritos? And they say, this will affect your sexual performance. Man, I ain't about to eat no Doritos, man. That's crazy. Chemicals are chemicals. Like I said earlier in the video, sins are sins, whether you stealing number 2 pencils or you robbing a bank. A sin is a sin. Thank you for that, Sirius. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So a chemical is a chemical. And the reason why I'm bringing this to light today is because we are so disconnected from the food that we eat that you don't realize how ignorant you sound when you scoff at somebody that's actually harvesting food that they grew or raised. You scoff at a man or a woman that grew food in the ground from the earth like God told you to do and harvested your own livestock. You scoff at them. You turn your nose up to them. You say, I could never. But you have no problem eating and being drugged by this government, this country. Did y'all know something? And I'm going to leave with a fact. And y'all can give me the rest of this news story because I seen a bit of it and I was just shaking my head so bad I didn't finish it. Do this. Go look at, I don't remember what country it was. We just recently in the last couple of weeks exported some food stuffs, supposedly, okay? The other country received our export. When they received it, they said, these are chemicals. This is illegal in our country. And they sent it back to the United States. They said, you know, we don't give that to our people. You know that this is poisonous to human beings. You're trying to send us your poison, the poison that you feed your own people in your own country. You made it legal to eat, you made it legal in your country to poison your people. We don't want your poison, so we're sending it back. How many people heard that story in the last couple of weeks? I'm going to look it up when I get off of here and find out exactly what country it was. But they just exported all that food right back to us. Like, is y'all crazy? We're not eating that. That's suicide. And it ain't because of the tariffs. It's because you tried to give us some poison. We have rules, regulations, and laws in that country was saying that we don't make that fake red color dye. They make it out of carrots. That was part of the report. They said they don't do those toxic chemicals to make the red dye, to make stuff red and food and candy. They use carotene from carrots and natural food stuffs like that, right? But we're using pure poison. You know, a year or two ago, people were talking about they about to make us start eating bugs and putting bugs in our food. Everybody was talking about making food out of bugs. And for the life of me, you never heard me say a word about it, did you? Everybody was freaking out. You know why you didn't hear me say nothing about they're starting to make food out of bugs? Because, no, they've been making food out of bugs. They're just now telling you about it. Nothing has ever changed. I heard about people making food out of bugs when I was a teenager. I can even give you another one. My cousin and my sister-in-law worked at I I'm not gonna name the ketchup place because I don't want to get in trouble. A famous ketchup place. Leave it there. Don't say their name. She worked and they harvested tomatoes and they worked at the company. Everything on the planet went in that ketchup. As it's going up the conveyor belt, I was there once and I was just there to pick her up. And she showed me. I didn't work there, but she showed me from rats, roaches, bugs, grasshoppers, mice, you name it, is going up this conveyor belt with these tomatoes. Is go up this conveyor belt, and then when it get to the bottom, remember, none of the half of this stuff ain't even alive no more because it done been through the big machine, the big tractor, and now they just dumping it off. By the time it get up there and dropped off into this bin and go through this process, it's part of the ketchup. There is damn near almost just as many bugs, mice, and rats inside this ketchup that it is tomatoes. And there is in most companies, there is a percentage that the FDA will allow of processed, we're going to call it other, okay? Meaning insects, rodents, whatever else falls in there is in this ketchup, and there's a percentage where they say, all right, 27% is okay. We'll let 27, 24% slide. It's still ketchup. My numbers are off, okay? Don't quote me on the numbers, but there's a percentage of every food company that they say if these insects, creatures, or even human parts, you get your pinky cut off in the jar, it's still okay. It meets the standard under this percentage of creature in this product. If you don't believe me, go do the research yourself. It's not hard. Go Google it. Just go find the information from wherever. This is public information that you can just go look up yourself, and you don't got to believe a word I'm saying. Just go look it up wherever, however you want to. Whatever you believe in, Google or the chat thing, go read a book. They'll tell you. There's a percentage of even parts of you, the worker, creatures, insects, rodents, frogs, rabbits, whatever falls inside of this conveyor belt, it's going to be part of the ketchup. And I'm just speaking from experience, not just my sister, my sister-in-law, my cousin's word of mouth. I was invited to see the creatures go up the conveyor belt and be turned into ketchup juice. You can't filter that out. Once it go up that thing and drop down in that bin, that's the grinder. And then juice is spurting out them tubes down there to get cooked out. They cook it good, and then they down the line somewhere spit it in the bottles. At the end of this line is a truck that's bringing it to your store. But nobody wants to see somebody process their chicken. Nobody wants to watch nobody process a pig. And I'm going to say this for God's sake. Stop the ignorance. Learn some skill set. Do you think I felt like processing those pigs? Because I didn't. I truly didn't. I gave many prayers for them and everything because they gave themselves for me and my family. But my freezer is nice and full. But the thing is this, you better learn some skill sets. And when I say skill sets, because if you don't know how to process a chicken, or process a pig, or process a goat, a sheep, a lamb, or learn how to even so much as process a fish, if you don't know how to feed yourself or your family from the tools that God gave you, and you're depending on everybody else to feed your family, what does that make you? If you depending on another man to feed your family, what does that make you? You're useless. You're crossed out of the whole equation. If you have to depend on another man to take care of your family because he got the balls enough to go get this thing and turn it into a sandwich, you lacking. And I know with the times of the days that we living in today, I don't depend on no electronics. Oh, I love them. I love technology. I ain't gonna play games with you. But I'm not gonna leave my life up to technology. I'm not going to leave my life up to solar panels. I'm not going to leave my life up to all the gadgets and stuff that I got. I got a lot of gadgets. I love them. I have fun with them. Yes, they do work. Yes, they do save yourself. But if something really, truly catastrophic happens, what is they going to do for me? Nothing. I can't pick all this stuff up and carry it with you. But I can take this with me wherever I go. If I know how to process livestock, I can go out here, squirrels all over the place. It's raccoons all over the place. It's possums all over the place. It's deer all over the place. Do I want to eat any of that? The deer maybe. But the rest, I'm not really truly interested. But if you don't know how to turn this stuff into food, I'm just going off of what I heard. Now I'm speaking off of opinion, not facts. So bear with me. I only heard that the worst death that any human being can endure is starvation. Because you literally, have you ever been really hungry, like for real, and you can feel your stomach start to eat itself? You start to feel your body devour itself, but you're far from starvation. You're just really, really hungry. It ain't ate in a couple of days, few days. You're far from starvation, okay? But you feel the pain that your body is putting you through because you can feel it start to turn on itself and start to eat your muscle away and eat your fat away. It's a horrible feeling. I've been there. I know what it feels like, but I've never starved to death, clearly. But I've heard people close to death state that that is the worst torturous feeling to mankind, is actually starving to death. Out of all the tortures that they did in the Dark Ages, one of the worst ones was to let a person slowly starve to death, giving them very little, if any, food. Drive them mad first, listening to their body eat itself, yada, yada, yada. Worse than any torture man could think up. The most natural torture given to us from birth is starvation. Any machine any man ever built to make torture people, the worst one he had to do is starve you to death. Okay? So, the only point I was trying to make in this video was, yes, I did process my pigs. Yes, I did process some chickens as well. Yes, I did turn them into sausage. Yes, I did. Yes, we did eat it. Yes, we did enjoy it. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. This was my first time processing a pig. It tasted better than any pork I've ever eaten. I didn't even know how to take it at first. I did this one thing in the video, and I didn't realize that, you forget you're recording, where I tasted, and before I put it in my mouth, I kind of kicked my head back and kind of sniffed it a little. It kind of threw me off, and everybody, even my wife, laughed at me. She said, "What was that all about?" When I put it up to my face and I kind of kicked back a little bit, I instantly thought of where this came from. And I even put it down in a little caption. That's why I jerked. I had a jerk reaction of the thought of, I raised him. All of this went through my head in an instant. I purchased them. I raised them. I dispatched them. I processed them. And now they're sausages. Last week, they were in my yard getting on my nerves, making all that noise. And here we are. So all of those thoughts ran through my mind almost instantly. And it just took a second to snap out of it. Like, I do chickens and fish like this all the time. What is the difference here? When I tasted it, when I smelt it, it smelled like sausage. When I tasted it, it tastes like sausage. It's just, if you're not a hunter on a regular basis, and you're not a farmer where you dispatch your livestock almost every other day, then yes, it is kind of off-putting at first. But let me see. Hawaiians say, damn, I think I'm going vegan. Good luck with that. That's more ignorance. That's just a little bit more ignorance. Because that means you don't really know what's in gardening. When you learn about gardening and you think you're going vegan, even vegans don't know how many bugs and microscopic creatures live on your vegetation. If you look at anything you pull out of that garden under a microscope, even if you rinse it with water and all of that, go look at it under a microscope. You ain't got to zoom it all the way into outer space. Just look at it. It can still be foggy, and you're going to see stuff crawling all around that you would normally eat. I'll do you one better. Go get a head of lettuce from the store. Go get a cabbage from the store. Put it under a microscope. You're probably eating just as much meat as I am. But people love being ignorant. They choose to be ignorant instead of changing your life for the better to educate yourselves. You choose to go forward with this programming that I just got done talking about, that this system has been programming us from day one. This system has been programming us from day one to do their bidding. However, whenever, whatever they want. You'll eat what we say, when we say, how we say it. So much so, they can even program the food to make you addicted to it. Now let's dive into that real quick. If I can program the food to make you addicted to it where you got to have it, is that not a street drug? If they can program you with this food inside this candy bar where you got to have this candy bar every day, and there's a lot of stuff out there like that where people will not miss a day with a certain kind of food because there's certain stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there that is addictive. Going through the Golden Arches drive-through, there is something addictive in that food. Thank you. Soda pop, I'm not going to name the ones. All soda pop is addictive, knowing when you drink it, it burns your throat. Like, ooh, and you be like, ooh, burns so good. Cigarettes, tobacco is addictive, but it's okay to sell it to the people. I'm going to take you a step farther that I don't really want to go there because I'm not 100% knowledgeable on it, but I am 100% knowledgeable on the outcomes that come with it. And I'm going to touch on it. Now, let me give me a little sip because I'm going deep. I'm going deep. They made weed legal. They made weed legal in multiple states across the United States. I've never seen weed make people kill each other. I have never seen nobody stealing jewelry and VCRs to go get a sack of weed. I've never seen nobody want weed so bad they can't not smoke it. I gotta go. I gotta go smoke. In my days, either you smoked it or you didn't. Somebody say, hey man, wanna hit this? Yeah, why not? Not no, oh my God. Hey, unzip your pants. You want this weed, don't you? You know what to do. Do you see people itching and scratching? Excuse me. You want a date? You didn't used to see that kind of activity for no weed. Mugs losing job for weed. Now, people be so... Go watch the First 48 and Crime Watch TV. Go watch Crime Watch TV and look how many of these young adults that be in these murders and stuff over weed. Not over no, remember back in the day, it was about that cocaine or something. It ain't about the cocaine no more. It ain't no Scarface shit going on. It's weed. Nobody was addicted to no damn weed. Either you smoked it or you didn't. Either you had it or you didn't. You could do without it. It was cool to have it. But if you ain't got it, you ain't about to go playing with another man's sack to get no weed. And for the life of me, all the young folks and some of the old folks, y'all kill me not thinking that, and the government made it okay. And it got to go through them first. What do you, if the weed got to go through the man first, so did alcohol. So did cigarettes. So did cigars. It's folks' grandparents that smoke tobacco. Now, I know tobacco got some carcinogenics in it. Raw tobacco. Raw tobacco does have some carcinogenics in it, okay? But we got grandparents and great-grandparents that smoke from the day you was born to the day they died, and half of them still alive, still smoking. Still smoking. They still, that matter of fact, they got carpal tunnel and everything else, but their fingers are stuck like that. They smoke so much, right? Rheumatoid arthritis, but their fingers is like this. The rest of them like throwing up a set, but these are stuck like the peace sign from doing it. Their mouth kind of like that. It ain't because they had a stroke, because that's how they held that cigarette. Because they were smoking fresh tobacco that they was growing in their backyard. Wasn't nothing. I'm not saying tobacco is good, because it's not. But the stuff that the tobacco and the process that the tobacco goes through to get you addicted, to actually make you crazy and give you all kinds of diseases, that comes from the factory. People, grandmamas and great aunts and stuff wasn't dying from no lung cancer. Not back then. It's the process. And that's the part that I'm trying to convey is we're so disconnected from the things that we eat and put in our body and the food that we process. You don't even realize the way they process. Okay, I'm going to say it. The way they process food versus the way I processed my food. Why am I being scoffed at for me processing the livestock that I raised versus the way they process absolutely everything? It's okay with everybody. It's okay that they lace all of our fruits and vegetables and foodstuffs with chemicals and drugs and poison just so they can turn a profit. They spray this shit on these apples and pears and plums and peaches so they'll last for 9 months on the damn grocery store shelf. That's okay with people. That's legal. But when you see a real man or woman in their garden or on their homestead processing their own food, processing their own livestock, those are the weirdos. I'll be that weirdo. And I don't care what nobody say about anything I do for my family, whether it's for your religious purposes or not. Your religious purposes mean nothing to me. If you don't understand a man doing for his family, if you don't understand what it takes for a man to do for his family, we don't pray to the same God. I don't know who you drop to your knees and pray to, but I don't pray to that one because of your weird cult-like religion. I don't. And I think that's another place where this world has crossed the line. You rather follow a cult or follow a fad or follow a fashion than do what you're supposed to do as the head of household, as a good man or a good woman running this household. You more worried about what the hell everybody else say in your ragged ass church, and your church is full of heathens. But you want to subject me to your belief. That's how this whole thing started in the first place. Other people subjected us to their religious beliefs and made us believe this is what we need to believe in. So miss me with that trash. You can comment, all the people can comment all they want to about what you believe in, what you should be and shouldn't be eating, or what has you. Waste your time and go ahead and give me one more view if you want to. But you're wasting your breath, your time, and I don't mind. Because those are the people that wouldn't do nothing to do nothing. These people don't have a channel to prove their works. If you had a channel that proved your works and proved your point, I would even respect you and I would have a conversation with you. But for somebody to come in and badger you about you doing God's works, you're showing your works. Oh, you have no seat at this table for a conversation whatsoever. I've been showing y'all my works for over 15 years. I sure the hell ain't gonna sit down and have a conversation with a nobody that has zero proof of anything. No works to show, no channel there to prove that what they're saying is right or wrong. Your words are null. Those are the people that will scold you for doing the right thing when they ain't right themselves. They listen. Those are also people, and this goes to all my gardeners, homesteaders, farmers, backyard gardeners, whatever you want to call yourself. This goes to you. Those are just people that only wish they had the balls to do what we do. I want you to hear me close. The people that come into your channel and criticize you for doing and showing your works, because let's take it another step. Not only are you gardening, not only are you in the hot sun, not only are you out there watering every day, not only are you protecting your garden, not only are you protecting it from pests and killing diseases and working all of that out, every day, you're also recording that shit every day for these people. See, it's one thing to garden, huh? But to garden and show, take time to take your damn camera out and show all these angles, even if you're good at it or if you're bad at it, don't matter. Just to take your camera out, doing good and well, you're going to be out here for hours and you need to be pulling these weeds. But no, right when you get to pulling your weeds, you got to stop. Take the camera, change the angle, zoom in, pull the weeds, stop. Take the camera, change the angle, pull some strawberries, pull some plums, pull some peaches, stop. Then, when you're done with all that shit, come back and edit that shit. And hope somebody give you a thumb up and a view and a like. Do you understand what kind of power that takes Because not only are you gardening for you and your family, but you are so considerate into trying to educate the people that you are taking precious time out of your life to go over there and bring your camera on a tripod, barely make any money on YouTube doing any of this shit, to show the rest of the world that they can do it too. So to me, those are the real garden warriors. Those are the real soldiers and the homestead soldiers. For people to come into your live stream or to come into your chat or your comment section and say anything against that when you don't show your works as we do, you're nothing to us. Nothing. I don't think you're nothing to even you. That's why the only thing you could do is actually comment on something you think I'm doing wrong when you have zero experience. You're nothing. Your words mean nothing. Your existence means nothing. If you cannot show your works, be quiet. If it's not positive, shut up. And the reason why I say that, because this whole world got enough negativity in it, they don't need you. That position has been filled. If all you have to say is something negative, they don't need you. There are no more vacancies for negative ass people in my life or nobody else's for that matter. That position's been filled. So shut up and move on. You know what I mean? I can tell you this. I got a freezer full of meat in there. I got a garden full of vegetables. And I got a bunch of 5-gallon buckets full of apples and pears. Your words mean nothing to me because I don't have to prove anything when I'm sitting right next to my works. My works is in that kitchen. Let me just, I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. Ain't no need. Ain't no need. Look at this. You see that? Y'all see that? Do you see this? Do you see that? Huh? My wife in there canning pears. She been canning pears all week. Canning pears. You see the date? It's fresh. My works, I'm feeding my family. I'm providing for my family as God wanted us to. But all you got is mouth and opinion. Mouth and opinion don't feed people. Your works feed people. So that's why out of 15 years, I have never let nobody's word keep me down and keep me away from doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm not disconnected from the food that we eat. I'm not disconnected. I feel sorry for the people that are disconnected into understanding where their food comes from. Your words mean nothing to me. Your works do. To me, life is on hands training. I don't want to hear your stories. I don't want to hear your talk. Show me. Show me or miss me. It's nothing we got to talk about. If you tell me this is how you get a girl, man, look, you walk up to him, you say, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? You show me first. Go show me how it's done. And once you pull that shit off and you go home with a beautiful woman, I'm trying it next. That goes for everything in the world. I remember in nursing, everything you learn in nursing school is bullshit. I think you just going through nursing school so you can actually be a legal nurse. Nothing in this book is telling you how to handle this situation with this patient. Everything you learn in nursing is hands-on training. The only thing different is you got to remember a couple of formulas when it comes to drugs. That's it. The rest is on hands training. Period. Not the way you had to set up an IV, not the way you had to set up a needle. None of that was taught in school. You learned it on a dummy, but that ain't a old person that won't stop moving or somebody that just got the shakes. That won't train you how to do that. That dummy, when you putting in that IV, is like that with the mouth open. That dummy ain't moving. That dummy ain't trying to smack you in your face because they think that you they old husband trying to get a little taste. Move, Willie. Move now. I done told her I don't want to do that tonight with you. Bam, I'm not Willie. I'm your nurse. My name is Larry. Oh, Willie, there you go with that crazy shit. Now I told her I don't feel good tonight. This old woman trying to beat you off her because she think you her old husband from 45 years ago. And you got to put this IV in her or she might not make it. Nursing school don't teach you that shit. That damn dummy don't be moving and trying to smack you to death. Period. So, I wanted to come in here today, and I'm going to let it go. I wanted to come in here today and share that with you because if you out there gardening and you growing your own food and you growing and raising your own livestock, you growing your own fruit trees for your family, for your health, for your truth, for you. Not your truth, for the truth. The truth is in that food that you grew. Let me tell you something about your garden. Let me tell you something about your garden. Just like the Father, your garden don't lie to you. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought of that? Your garden don't lie to you. Everybody in your house might have told you a lie from the moment they woke up to that moment you in the garden. Your garden ain't gonna lie to you. When you go out in that garden is gonna tell you, I'm not doing well, I don't taste good, I got diseases, don't eat me, I got a worm inside me that might be poisonous. You might want to cut this branch off because I don't know what these flakes are. These apples look like eyeballs and butt cheeks for some reason. Apples are not supposed to look like booty cheeks. Don't eat that. You go out in that garden, in your garden, so soon as you walk to it, it say, listen, I need water. It say, listen, I need fertilizer. It say, listen, I need sunlight. It say, listen, I need more shade. When you walk in your garden, besides the Father, is one of the only things on the planet that will not lie to you. It won't trick you for shit. It's telling you either I'm good to eat, I'm not good to eat. I'm taking a beating, it's too hot, it's too cold, I need more sun, I need more shade. The leaves and the fruit on that tree and the flowers tell you everything, and they don't even speak English. They're speaking to you and they don't speak English. Or whatever language you speak, they don't speak your language. But when you go out in your garden, you understand what they need. Oh, this one needs more water. Ooh, the sun is scalding these leaves. Ooh, the bark is getting too much sun. I need to move this garden. I need to get some shade cloth. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you doing some shit wrong. Even if you doing some shit wrong, don't let nobody that ain't doing nothing and show no works tell you nothing. Period. Your word is null and void unless you can show your works. Period. And that's all I had to say about that. Be more connected to where your food comes from. And do not pay people any mind that has anything negative to say about you doing actual God's work. Don't let them bring their spiritual beliefs in on you, their religious beliefs in on you, and try to guilt trip you into not doing God's work. You're providing for your family is eating, and if it's you that got to get sacrificed so the rest of your family can eat, I don't listen to people that if you doing something and I'm looking at you like, man, you did a pretty good job. Man, I like the way you did that. I will take into account of, man, I need to give that a shot. But if you ain't got nothing to show me and you telling me, yeah, you running your homestead wrong, lad, this and that. So where you live? Well, I'm in a high-rise apartment in New York, and I ain't never lived in the country before. But man, you doing, shh. Because I'm gonna go down one more strip with you. One more strip with you. I don't listen to nobody tell me nothing about that homesteading life either. On my land. Miss me with that. Until you've been in those situations off grid, no heat, no AC, no water, no food, shut up. You have no idea how much work goes into that. And let me tell you something else. And I'm going to touch on this. I had a comment tell me about my homestead and like, why is it so messy? Or why haven't I built my pond yet? Or why haven't I done this yet? Why haven't I done? Because that's fake. And that's, again, what this world is made out of. It's fake. Because, see, look, everybody, this is what's fake. If I went out and I bought my wife that $400,000 house, I went out there and I dug a pond for $50,000, and I went out there and had a big old workshop built for another $70,000, that's fake. Because I got that right here. You understand? I got that right at this house. Why on God's green earth would I go out and put my family into more debt trying to make my life better? That doesn't make any freaking sense. Everything for me moves slow because I'm the only one doing it because I don't want to hire nobody to do nothing for me. Not just that, but everything you do on raw land takes thought. And it's not because today you feel like digging a pond. Today you might feel like digging a pond, but if it starts to rain or if it's 100 degrees, you're not digging nothing but a grave for yourself. Then you might want to go out here and dig a pond, but hey, this tree is leaning towards your cabin. You might want to cut that down first. Oh, I want to cut that down. Oh, guess what? These two pigs need to get processed because they're cutting up. Okay, guess what? 2 of your chickens died. You need to go handle that situation. You don't move how you want to move when you own a homestead. You do what that homestead tell you to do. If that homestead tell you, I know you were going to go outside and plant some more things in your garden, okay? But it's 100 degrees and your fan just went out. It's 100 degrees and your AC ain't blowing cold no more. It's 100 degrees and your puppy is in here with you. It ain't just you. Guess what? You ran out of drawers. Not only do you got to worry about the heat, you need to wash your clothes because you smell like the Walking Dead. That can't be good health-wise. Your homestead tells you what to do and how to move. You just don't wake up with a plan and go initiate it because it's always roadblocks. Everything you do, there's a roadblock. It's not going to ever be that smooth, and this is one of the reasons why. Is the reason why it's never going to go that smooth is because I'm paying out of my pocket. That means I'm constantly trying to save enough money for all of these different projects. And somebody said, how you going to turn around and tell us how to survive off grid and this and that, and then turn around with a bicycle video? You fake. Okay, unless you give me enough money to have all these projects done so you can watch me, shut up. Maybe I did this product review because I needed a bike. Maybe I did this product review because I needed the money. If you're not helping me, shut up. If you can't help some of these content creators to meet their goals, but you always got criticism for how they're not entertaining you, leave the theater. I do stuff for reasons. And I'm not letting people dictate just because they're on this social media platform trying to control my every move. I'm not letting that dictate the outcome of my situation. I'm not trying to, my land ain't in debt. I own everything out there. I don't owe anybody anything, not even for the land. And I don't want to start now, or my wife would have had that damn $400,000 house last year. We would be out there living in that $400,000 house if I'm like, I don't mind going in debt some more. There would be no shed or no tiny home on my land. There would be a big ass, nice ass house. But see, that's how nonsensical people think. They think, I gotta show YouTube. I gotta show everybody. I gotta show them. So what'll happen is, I'll buy a $400,000 house for my wife, turn around, hoping I get views on YouTube to show you my house. Number one, I'm showing you my personal stuff. And then number two, turn around and you give me 30 views or something, 30 thumbs up, and then I'm turning around looking like I did all that. I wasted $400,000 just to get 40 views. Now I'm the one looking like a fool. I'm not going into debt to make y'all happy. I'm trying to get out of debt to make my family happy. I'm trying to get out of debt so you'll understand how to get out of debt. My life is not dictated by the gawkers and the viewers of this social media platform. That's the part that you see so many fake people on these social media platforms that you think everything that everybody do is real. So you're comparing me to some fake kids that they ain't told you that they daddy owned this 100 acres and gave them this 40 acres that already came with a barn, some horses, some mules, and all they doing is playing house, trying to build a little shed behind it. That they ain't telling you the truth. I've seen several of these young kids on YouTube. They finally came out and admitted because the crowd got them. The viewers got them like, hey, we know that farm, that ain't yours. As oh, well, we had to come out and be a little transparent, you know. Well, my father owns this land. He owns 150 acres, and, you know, we purchased an acre from him, and he just gave us 19 more. But, you know, we just wanted to be transparent, let you know, yes, this homestead came with a tractor, a brand new John Deere tractor, and it came. You see this all the time. Once the rest of the viewers call them out on the truth, that's when they come clean. But until then, they'll never say a thing. And then you judge them and their progress to my progress. It's not the same. Because mine is real as shit. Sometimes I wish it wasn't this real. But it is. And it's a mess. All the makers belong to me. Free and clear. I don't owe a cent on nothing that's out there. Everything belongs to me. And I don't owe nothing. And that's the truth. Pure transparency. Is it a mess? Yep. Am I the only one working on it? Yep. All these other channels, what you see behind the scenes, it's 100 people working out there. They won't show you. Yeah, I invited my best friend Jeremy. over why Jeremy got a football team of people help you put up a tough shed. It don't work like that. That's fake. So I wanted to touch on that too, because I'm the whole premise of this whole thing is the fake and the false flagging of the fake crap that goes on social media, because everybody want to be the next YouTube star. That's lying to people ain't gonna get it. Lying to people may blow you up and then they find out the truth. They will find out. I don't want that. I want people to always be like, yeah, I met him in person. Yep, he that crazy. Yeah, I hung out with him. He is a different kind of dude. I don't want to come across as, I'm the same dude as I am in my own life. If you see me doing something, I'm doing it for real. I just took time to show you. That's all. That's it. Setting up this camera to show you. Now, before my camera die, I want to say thank you for watching. Everybody, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming through. And I say again, before I go, mad props and salutes to all of y'all real gardeners out there doing it in this heat, in the cold, through all the weather, processing your animals. Even the people that's just getting started gardening, you learning, but you doing it. Take no words from naysayers, because they ain't showing you shit. If they cannot show their works, ignore them with all the energy in your body. Ignore them. If you cannot show your works and then we can have a conversation, I owe you nothing. With that being said, thank you everybody for watching. Laird Farmer 73, I love you and I'm out. Learn more about what you're growing in your garden. Learn more about being more connected to your food, whether it's livestock or it's your garden. Take nobody's criticism whatsoever. With that being said, Laird Farmer 73, I love you and I'm out.